So he has a DWI with us.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And as a condition of his bond, you asked if he wears scrap.
Okay, pause. Oxy, Valium, hydrocodone, promethazine. That's not pain management. That's a chemistry experiment gone rogue. Is this a treatment plan or a lawsuit waiting to happen?
Device. However, Your Honor, that scram device would pick up his medication that he's on right now. He's on hydrocodone and oxycodone for back injury and sciatica. So he hasn't been.
Oh, I remember this case. I remember this case.
He was prescribed the medication in August. And I have the prescription here from his doctor and his summary of his last visit.
Okay.
And he hasn't been taking it.
And I'm very, very shocked that they are prescribing him oxy and hydrocodone. Prescribing. I mean, I'm in shock that a doctor would actually.
You know it's serious when a judge says, "I'm very, very shocked." That kind of concern? Not your average courtroom commentary. We're officially in medical malpractice territory, folks.
Prescribe both of those and much more for an extended period of time. I mean, that's.
I have the prescription here from Methodist Hospital.
I'd like to see it. And then how old is that prescription as well?
This is from August.
Is he here right now?
He's not here yet. He couldn't make it today.
He deleted out and he blacked out all of the times when the prescriptions were given, the amount of the prescriptions. And so what I'd like to know is how long he's going to be taking the oxy and how long he's going to be.
Let's zoom in for a second. Blacked out dates and dosages? That's like turning in homework with half the answers erased. What's being hidden? And why does it matter in court?
The hydrocodone.
That was I was the one that made those deletions.
Oh, okay. You blacked out all this stuff? Okay.
I have one without deletions. Would like to take a look at that.
I'm in shock that a doctor would do all this. I mean, it's you're begging for an addiction. Like this is begging to give someone an addiction. I mean,
Judge, if I may, the state's position is that I did have a chance to review the same medical records from the defense. Although I understand that he's having some trouble adjusting to not having the medications, I will say that I think he's only had the scaring device for not even a month. So I do think that taking it away would be prematurely, or haven't been done prematurely, sorry. And it doesn't look like he's had any cases where substance abuse issues have been an issue. I also took that into account, but again, I think it'd be premature to take away the STEM device at this point.
Yeah, let me speak briefly on that.
Of course.
Taking away the scram device will allow him to take his medication to avoid the pain that he's going to incur.
I don't understand how a scram device prevents him from taking the medication. I told him if he has a valid prescription, he can take it. Okay. It really scares me. It really, I mean, they're prescribing him oxy, hydrocodone, promethazine, diazepam, Valium. I mean, what else? What else? Oxy, Valium, hydrocodone, promethazine. What else are we going to act of this cocktail? This is like I think this is medical malpractice. What a doctor's doing. I truly do. You're begging to give someone an addiction.
I can't argue with that. I can't.
If he has a valid prescription, he can take it. I'm going to say this, though, is that I'm going to keep him extremely close to me.
This is the heart of the case. The judge isn't just handling a bond hearing. He's managing a potential addiction crisis in real time. What would you do in his shoes? Trust the prescription or tighten the leash?
And I want him here in 30 days. And I want to know if he still has a valid prescription for all that dope. I'm going to stay on top of it because I don't want him to get out of control. I don't want him to abuse it. I don't want him to get into a car. And I mean, I'm not taking any of that off because I want to make sure that at the minimum, he's not consuming alcohol. If he has a valid prescription, he can take it. But I'm going to stay extremely close on him because I want to know when that prescription is out. They're no longer prescribing it to him. And at that point, I want to make sure he's not using anymore because I'm still at a loss that a doctor would prescribe all that. Really, just with the way that the federal government has come down on all these pills, and it just let him know he can take it. I won't have a problem with him taking that medication as long as he has a valid prescription. But if we're at 4 months and he still has that prescription, he's trying to hang on that prescription for using oxy, I'm not going to buy it. Let him know that. Okay. Prescriptions are, just, I shudder to think.
I get what you're saying, but it's not that you go to a doctor on this corner.
I understand. And so that's why I'm saying it's okay for him to take it. Okay. But I'm really scared for him. Just the potential for addiction is it's really scary. So I'm not going to take it off. He can take the medication as prescribed, but I'd like to have him come back in 30 days. And then I want to talk about where we're going from there as far as the medication is concerned. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.